Your boy Alex, I'm back. Now, I told you people 24 hours ago I was going to do a YouTube video at the Grove, and as you can see, let me give you guys a tour. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Look how big this place is. Now that is the park of the Grove. You see, normally when I do my YouTube videos, I come to a place like this because it's very big, it's very wide, lots of space. You're not too crowded, it's not too congested. And you know me by now, the only time I do YouTube videos when I'm outside the house or inside the house is if I'm going to work and I don't get no days off from my job, or if I'm headed to 24-hour fitness or Planet Fitness. Those are the only 2 or 3 times you ever see me film inside the house or outside the house in those locations. You know me by now, I don't like to film inside the house or outside the house because my voice echoes, and then my dad can hear it, the guy in the back can hear it, and it's rude and disrespectful. And then I got to hear those speeches, what we don't do this, we don't do that inside the house or outside the house. Plus you get neighbors that complain, and I like to come to a place like this because it gives me the ability to make better YouTube content, and also as a filmmaker, so I can make the best videos as possible. So now you know I go to the Grove. Yes, I do YouTube videos at the Grove. When I used to work at my old store, Top Shop Top Man, as a security guard for almost 2 years, anywhere from 65 to 74% of the time, the vast majority of those YouTube videos from 2 years ago, they were filmed right here. So it's not me bragging, it's not me being an asshole, it's me just I'm trying to change up the scenery. When you become a filmmaker, you always have to change up multiple locations. You don't want the same location for the past 2 to 3 months. I know you guys were tired of me being inside the house, outside the house. I was tired of it. I was sick of it. So to give you guys a treat, let's go ahead and show you off the location. See that? It's a big ass soccer field. See that? So now let's get to the video presentation. Alright, it's going to be part 3 in my basketball series, and that is who's going to win the NBA championship. So we're going to call this NBA basketball, and the NBA championship is with a question mark. Now I'm going to do the teams from the West and the teams from the East. Which teams do I think are going to win the NBA championship when it's all said and done? So let me get to the first pick, the Los Angeles Lakers. Do I think the Lakers are going to win the NBA championship? I think the Lakers are a lock to win the championship. The best record, the best basketball team in the West. You got LeBron James, you got Boogie Cousins back, Anthony Davis, you got Rondo, you got you a bench. This team can play offense, defense. They can win games at home. They can win games on the road. The only 2 teams that I can think of that might cause a problem for the Lakers to win the championship is if they went up against the Clippers and probably Portland. Maybe them might be the only teams that I could see that might get in their way. If there's a third team, it might be Denver. Those might be the only 3 teams out west that might stop the Lakers from doing it. Now, you might say, what if it's a team from the East? If it's a team from the East, I see the Bucks, the 76ers, and the Raptors being the only 3 teams in the East that might pose a problem for the Lakers of winning a championship. Because if LeBron James is going to win 4 NBA championships, and you're going to be compared to the greatest basketball player to ever play the game of basketball, which is Michael Jordan. He won 6 NBA championships, 6 times, 2 three-peats, undefeated in the NBA Finals. If you're going to be compared to Michael Jordan and you win a championship, then you have to understand something. LeBron wins a title, it might go very well for him. And him winning a championship with the Lakers will solidify him as an all-time Laker great. Now, that'll put him on the same level as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant. But as far as Michael Jordan, I'm afraid that even though I'm a big LeBron James fan, Even I have to admit, no, because everybody always look at you won 3 championships and you lost more finals than you actually won. To me, and this is to me, you win 1 championship, 2, 3 championships, you did better than any average basketball player on the planet. The average basketball player can go 5 or 10 or 15 years of their career and don't even win a championship. He won 3 championships. So to me, LeBron James did better than expected. Now, that's if they win. And if they lose, it's going to be due to pressure. That's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down, can the team have good chemistry? We still haven't seen Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins and LeBron play at the same time. Yeah, we've seen them play on the court at different times, but we never seen Boogie come from injuries list and actually play. So that might be the one thing that might cost them the championship if it does. It shouldn't, but if it does, don't be surprised. The Los Angeles Clippers are the second team that you would expect to win the championship because they have something to prove. They're the only team in LA to not win a championship besides the Sacramento Kings. And if this team's got one of the best players, which is Kawhi Leonard, and he already won championships when he was with the Spurs and the Raptors, he's that one missing piece that can help Doc Rivers get over the hump. I mean, they have the potential to beat everyone in the playoffs, West and East. If you keep the players healthy, look how much damage the Clippers will do. Now, if the Clippers lose the championship, it's either going to be because of injuries, setbacks, or someone not playing at 100%. So that's why I say, theoretically, you're looking at a situation where that's what you expect from a team. Now, let's get on to the next team, which would be the Golden State Warriors. Now, the Warriors have won finals, they've lost finals, they've won championships, they've lost championships, and Stephen Curry did say he would like to have one more crack at winning 2 more championships. I think he and LeBron are on the same level as far as who's got the most championships. And you could see between LeBron or Stephen Curry, you could see them win 1 or 2 more championships before it's all said and done. The Warriors still have that hunger because they think people forgot all about them. Ever since the Lakers and the Clippers restacked up, people forgot about the Warriors. The Warriors still is a force to be reckoned with. They just need to get off of injuries, and they can still go. Now, the fourth team that you would expect to surprise all of us, if it could possibly be Houston, why I put them at last, is because if they got Russell Westbrook, he is the best basketball player, but he has not won a title. And if you can get him to do something, just look what that does to his credibility. He'll be on the same level as all the other players. And James Harden will have a chance to prove that he is a real MVP and not just win MVP for the sake of winning it. Him having a chance to win the games is what you expect. So now that I explained the teams in the West, let's go ahead and explain the teams in the East. Let's start with Toronto. Toronto wants to prove to people that their championship wasn't a fluke. They also want to prove that they can win a championship without Kawhi Leonard, and that's going to be able to test them. If they lose on their way to winning a title, it'll be because why? They don't have Kawhi Leonard, right? So that would be the thing everyone will look at if Toronto lose. If Toronto win without Kawhi Leonard, people will say they can win without a big star. That will be the thing that they'll be trying to prove. Now, let's look at the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks have all the pieces to win a championship. The problem is they've been exposed. Like, their center still has to grow into his position. You know, power forward, small forward, center. He has to grow into those positions. And when they find out that you're not that good, they can do things like get you in foul trouble, cut your minutes. You know, players on the bench come in there and take your spot. So they've been exposed a bit. And if they can knock off Boston, which they can, and beat out Philly, and then they'll just have one team they have to get rid of, and that is Toronto. Now out west, the problem for the Bucks is that we saw them go against the Lakers, we saw them go against the Clippers, we saw them go against the Houston Rockets, and we noticed in those games they have the advantage in the first half. and then somewhere in the second half, you don't get the same production. It's like they get too relaxed. They get this big lead, and I guess what it is that they have to face Golden State, because it seems like when they face Golden State, they beat Golden State. And if you can beat Golden State, you're supposed to do that to every team. So with Milwaukee, it's like a question mark. They could do it, but then it's like you got to stay consistent. So that would hurt them not winning the championship. Philly. The Philadelphia 76ers, it's another team that could pull it off. The team could actually do it if the team was legitimate. But the team has never been able to get themselves together. They have a center, and he could play. But the thing is, when they play Milwaukee or when they play Toronto, they always seem to always get beat and let these teams get the better of them. And if Philly can somehow figure out how to use their defense to beat these teams out, they would be a lock to win. But if they go and play against a team in the West, then they're going to have trouble, because teams like Utah Jazz or Portland, the Lakers and the Clippers can easily beat them based off of the fact that it may be a good defense team, but then your offense suffer. And even if they could play offense, they don't do it in the game. They do it in spurts. And when you play in spurts, it's not good, because then it's not consistent. Now, the next team you would expect is Boston. Now, Boston is itching for another comeback. They're itching for a championship with this squad. They got the coach. They have the players. They've got a star. But the thing is, can that star stay healthy, and can that star keep up that, what's the word I'm looking for? Can he keep that momentum up? That's what I think we're looking for. So those are the teams. Now, when you ask me who I think is going to win the championship, I'm going to probably say right off the back, if it's a team from the West, it's 50-50. I think it's Lakers, Clippers takes the championship. If it's a team from the West, if it's a team from the East, 50-50, it might be Toronto or Milwaukee. Those are the teams, two from the West or team from the East, between the Bucks and Raptors, if they might win a championship, if it's those teams, if that's who's left in the tournament. If it's in the West, it could be Lakers, Clippers. It's 50-50 on those teams. For Golden State to win, they got to beat everybody. That's the only way I see teams like Portland, Houston, but I didn't mention Portland too much. That's the only way Golden State or Denver or Portland might win. You got to beat everybody out to do that. So it's 50-50 if it's Lakers, Clippers out West. East is either going to be Milwaukee or Toronto. 50-50 in the East. So this was to finish out the three-part series, because when we get to the next month of July, there's a rule. You can't make these videos in the month of July when the playoffs start, because it's considered cheating. So we're doing it 1 month before, and you see we're back in our element. You see we're back at the Grove. The place that I like to be is the Grove. So you're getting better content. Until then, peace.